We're back on the same quiet piece of industrial ground where most of this series has been filmed. A place that has slowly become the backdrop of these small experiments. I'm Glenn, and I'm not a professional pilot or filmmaker. I just genuinely enjoy flying drones and shaping these little moments into something that feels calm and cinematic. Nights like this make that especially rewarding. Tonight the air feels different. A thin layer of mist drifts between the buildings, not thick enough to hide anything, but just present enough to soften the world in a way you only notice when you're standing in it. Street lamps stretch their glow into long, floating halos. Building lights dissolve into gentle clouds of diffusion. Even the reflections on metal seem to drift rather than shine. It's the kind of night where the world feels slightly out of focus, as if it's holding something back. And that's exactly why I'm here again. We've flown at night before, but this combination of darkness, mist, and scattered light creates a completely different challenge. I want to see how the DJI Neo2 handles a night that refuses to stay still. A night where the environment itself becomes part of the test. The sensor has to deal with highlights that bloom unpredictably, with details that fade into gradients, and with a scene that's constantly shifting between clarity and haze. The mist reacts in its own quiet way. It doesn't scatter wildly. It just rises slightly, as if acknowledging something small moving through it. The world below becomes a patchwork of soft glows and deep shadows. Every movement reveals a new pattern of light, a new way the mist bends and reshapes the scene. This is the part I really like, not knowing exactly what the camera will make of it, but enjoying the process of finding out. This flight isn't about distance or speed. It's about observing how the camera interprets a night like this, whether it can hold on to the mood without losing the details, whether the footage becomes something usable or something that only exists in the moment. Nights like these are unpredictable. Sometimes the mist adds atmosphere, sometimes it destroys contrast entirely, and the only way to know which one you're getting is to fly and see what happens. As the Neo2 moves between the buildings, the light behaves differently with every angle. Some lamps explode into soft orbs, others stay surprisingly controlled. The mist thickens in some spots and disappears in others, almost as if the environment is breathing. And through all of this, the drone keeps drifting forward, a tiny companion navigating a world that feels much larger than usual. For me, that's the fun of it. I'm not trying to make anything perfect. I just enjoy capturing these small, atmospheric moments and turning them into something that feels honest. Editing them later is part of the same process, discovering what the camera saw and shaping it into a quiet little story. I'm curious what you think of the Neo2's footage so far, especially in conditions like these. Nights with mist can be beautiful, but they can also be unforgiving. If you're enjoying this little journey, or if you have thoughts about how the camera handles this kind of atmosphere, feel free to share them. And if you want to see where this tiny companion ends up next, you're welcome to stick around. There's always another moment waiting to be explored. Thank you for watching and see you next time.